picking Android development may be the wrong decision for you. You reached the right video. Let me explain. This video was brought to you by DigiLink Academy, your #1 source to learn how to make money programming and get that 6-figure salary you desire. Our academy have a wide range of courses, including 3K in 30 days, our mentorship membership program, and much, much more. When you sign up for our free community, you get access to our membership community with like-minded professionals who's going to help take your career to the next level. So let's take the first step to get started and really take your career to the next level with our 7-step money guide today. So let's go ahead and click the link below to sign up for our free 7-step guide to help you get your career started today. Alright guys, before you Google developers attack me, let me get an opportunity to explain my position on this so I can give more clarity. Because I know a lot of people out there that say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. I make a ton of money with Android development and I want to kind of push this out to everybody. But let me give you guys context of what I'm talking about. The most beginner developers, what I find, if they haven't done their research, they assume an Android developer is exclusively somebody who create apps on the App Store and the Android Google Play Store, which, okay, I can understand that because it makes sense from a logical perspective, but it goes way beyond that, guys. A lot of Android development is tied to Java development, which is a huge booming industry, but I want to niche this down specifically to certain people who do apps in the App Store and kind of let you know what the pros and cons of that and what you need to stay away from. So guys, we need to keep that up. I'm trying to do a nice production here before I go to the grocery store, so if it's a little shaky here, forgive me. I'll make sure we continue that and then on the future videos, but you guys know how I am. We're gonna continue to roll with this. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to market demand and competition and what they need. Early on in the Google Play Store, when everything was developed, just say 7 years ago, it was wide open. You can come in, there wasn't a lot of competition, demand was high as far as just the apps, and the supply was low as far as just developers. And life was good, you can get a 6-figure salary, people needed you, life was good. As the Play Store and the ecosystem matures, that demand comes down and then more development come to the game. So it's like this now, which may sound like, hey, you know, I can still find a job in Java development, but we're talking about specifically the Google App Store. What happens here is the applications that are on the Google Play Store, they are so good that all of the people just use the top 10 applications. So if you're not a developer on one of those top 10 applications, your options are slim. I'm gonna put it like that. So if you're trying to create the next Facebook, yeah, you'll have a gem that pop out every now and then. What's the new one? TikTok. And you may have some that pop up every now and then, but majority of the time, if you just go create one, it's not going to be successful because it's competing with Facebook and other social media platforms. My point is if you're going into it saying, I'm just going to create an app and it's going to boom, that's how I'm going to make money as an Android developer, you will lose. You will lose. And the way you can win at this game is to niche down. That's going to be the play going forward. At the beginning, any general Android developer, any developer that knew Java or a programming language close to Java could come in and make money hand and fist, no problem. But now it's different. You have to focus on niches. Niches is where you're going to make the cash. A lot of people think that, hey, I'm gonna make less money because I don't have as many people using my application rod. How do you solve that? Well, the good thing about niching down is you get more specific in a more specific industry, which demands more money, because demand in certain niches are very scarce. Well, it's high demand and the supply developers are really low, especially developers who know what's going on, who can speak to that specific industry, that specific tech stack, that specific app developer who can talk to the app or talk about the app and really be educated on how it works with the existing tech stack. That's the name of the game. And the reason I say never become an Android developer is because a lot of you guys come in as generalists and then you lose at the game, guys. You can't be a generalist and expect to win or make any significant money in Android development. You will lose. You will lose. You got very big corporations out here who have these mature top 10 applications or apps who will not lose market share from a brand new developer who come in with an application. They're gonna buy you out or they're gonna crush you. Or they got contracts with Apple to say, hey, certain type of applications gotta go through X additional strenuous processes to get approved for Android or Google, whoever app store you're trying to get into. So I would say let's start with niching down, guys. This is going to give you an advantage, especially if you're a beginning developer just trying to start this from scratch. If you're doing it for a hobby, okay, I'm not gonna push you away from that. But if you're trying to do this as a job and get into app development and you don't have any offers, you don't know anything about the landscape, I would highly suggest you guys to go in another niche or find somebody who's in the Google ecosystem right now and see if you can leverage those relationships to get your foot in the door because of just the sheer amount of competition. This is kind of the sexy part of software development. Everybody want to build an app. Everybody want to be the next Mark Zuckerberg or have the hottest app. So the competition is fierce. I think the only one that really rivals this is game developers. Everybody want to be a game developer. They like to play the game, but they don't want to develop once they find out what's involved in Unity and all that stuff. But getting back on topic, guys, it really comes down to what that market demand is, what they need from you, and your skill set, by the way. I think going forward as a niche developer in Google, whatever industry you're developing apps for, you have to have that domain knowledge to really set you apart from a developer that's either local or overseas or wherever that developer may be. You will have to compete, and if you don't have something that stands out over the competition, and it better not be price, because at some point price don't matter because the quality go down so much they're losing money. So don't compete on price, at least long term. Maybe at the beginning, your first project for a company you really don't want to work for, maybe you do a free project just to kind of get a project under your belt so that you can say you got that first year experience, but or first month or 2 months of experience. But we don't do free too long around here, guys. I want to have your skills, the domain knowledge in play, so that at the very minimum you can get a nice solid salary so that we can really win when it comes to getting you closer to that 6-figure Android developer salary. So that being said, guys, I made some notes here. I want to make sure I covered all of them, but at the end of the day, too much competition. It's amazing how some of these sexy areas of software development, they get so cluttered with competition, and then the gatekeepers or the hiring managers start to look around the landscape like, man, everybody want to be a hotshot app developer or a game developer. Let me bring down these salaries so that we can get more of the benefits from the company. You want to avoid that. You want to be the person who come in a specific industry doing app development and then really kind of getting beyond those top 10 apps to start to go into the niche industries that are very underserved right now. So healthcare, transportation, oil and gas, professional services. And there's millions of companies out there, guys, who need an app, and they need somebody like you that's going to help take their company to the next level and have that app that they can push to either their customers, their employees, or even people who communicate with that particular organization that's going to have that app customized uniquely for the business processes, and not just for Android but for Apple too. That's why I'm a huge fan of web apps, but again, this video is for Android development, so let's stick to that. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to make sure you position yourself to get that high salary possible and really put yourself in a position to win. So like, subscribe to the content. If you have additional questions, comment below. If you haven't already, go check out my 7-step guide below. And if you already signed up for the 7-step guide, check out my premium courses below. I'll put the link to the 7-step guide here also. Click that, sign up. I'll see you guys in the course. Peace.